Yo, what's good, guys? My name's Joey, aka Blazing Swifty, and welcome back to another Attack on Titan reaction. So, we have the second episode of the final season, episode 61 Midnight Train. So, yeah, episode 1, regardless of me not like being totally like lost or maybe shocked like most people when they just like what the hell is going on in this episode, there's like a time skip, blah blah blah, what is this World War II shit, all this shit we're seeing. I saw that already in the manga. I did get that far. So episode 2, I don't have a clue, because I can tell you, even if I tell you what exactly comes after that in the manga, I've read it so long ago that I might find out along the way as I watch this, I'm gonna be like, ah, okay, I remember. Or I'm just gonna be like, it's gonna be brand new and it's gonna be, you know, a first time reaction, because that was a really long time ago. And I didn't get really far. Well, I wasn't really far in the manga. Season 3, when season 3 came out, I knew everything already, because, yeah, well, mostly everything. Season 4, all this in the manga, I mean, I remember the first episodes one, but I don't think I got really far. But nonetheless, without further ado, let us jump into the next one. Let's go. Damn, that's all that they put in the newspapers, even though they lost the war. Well, they won the war, but the other one lost. Yeah, Mid East. Wow, those armored trains and those weapons just showed they can easily take out the Titans. There's nothing Titans can do against that, in my opinion. Well, not that we know of. Pick the Wonder Boy. Oh dear lord, really? You want to go back and try again? It does make sense, but... Yeah, sure, bro. Yeah, you betrayed Grisha, your own people. I mean, some people say for good reasons, other people will not understand that. And I mean, I spoke to this about I spoke about this to a friend recently, and there was a YouTube video she shared with me as well, which is quite similar. Well, it has similarities to what's happening here as well with the endless cycle of hate, like how with the Aldeans and Marley, and then Grisha was basically, that one trying to stand up and make a revolution or a revolt, whatever they had their side. Those Aldeans that wants to rebel, because it started with technically when his sister was killed by the Mali soldier, and then this starts, and now this is a little bit different. His own son betrayed him, and blah blah blah. But see, this creates an endless cycle of hate. Okay, let's say the Aldeans get into power, or not necessarily an equal terms, but get into power, and then Mali people are gonna be on the receiving end, and then that's gonna start a new cycle of hatred, technically, and it's never ending. And yeah, you can see it whatever way you want to see it, but yeah, that's the whole deal. But this man, I personally feel that obviously the Aldeans are hard done by, from what I know, and what they're doing isn't, it obviously isn't right. But yeah, even though you support the Aldeans, and then it could come up and bring up another cycle of hatred with this time the Mali people, because maybe they lost some people or loved ones, and then they start to rebel, and then the endless cycle goes and goes. And yeah, what can you do? Huh. Wasn't Dinah? Didn't Dinah have royal blood? That's a shit way of thinking. Yeah, that's part of the whole problem. They probably took it out on that son. 32. Yeah, if you don't think the Titans are a problem. Oh boy, he remembers him. And Mikasa. Oh, he remembered Mikasa. That's Galliard.
礼には及ばん。そもそも9年前に俺が鎧を継承していた全身のユミルって女のことは少し分かった。大層な名前を付けられた。哀れな。
Oh, okay. Yeah, she got.
兄貴のアギと女の記憶を通してお前を見たが、あれはなんだ？随分と頼れる男を気取っていたようだったが。まるで兄貴の真似事じゃねえか。
Great acting job, buddy.
まあ、しばらくは休めるだろう。
Yeah, no one likes wars. Okay, then. Ah. Paused. Ani Bertoldo, that's the dude that just talked to him. I already forgot his name. And that's probably his brother, in between Ani and Bertoldo. He's drunk. Holy shit. You're Gabi, Gabi. They have the same surname, right? You're joking. Evil blood, sure. I like Falco. Especially what his character that we saw in the first episode already was saving the soldier and thinking differently, and Gabi obviously wasn't understanding that. Are you actually serious right now? You're joking. But I like Falco's character. He's different from the rest. Jeez, she's way too hyper. Not necessarily dislike it, but yeah. Look how they locked him up. Ah. Yeah, they all look really tired. Oh, it's freaking warm, man. It's terrifying. What an asshole, really. Yeah, he's completely different. Yeah. I'm like getting excited about that. That's a serious matter, shooting a machine gun at you. Both his surnames are Brown. From same family. I remember, I'm pretty sure his surname was Brown as well. Yeah, Rotten Devils, huh? You guys are just way misinformed. Or not misinformed, but yeah, the way you brought up what you were taught to believe. You were taught to believe in. The way you were brought up. Not your fault. You don't know the truth. You don't mean that. Are you being serious? You're not being serious. You seem more obsessed with him than anything else. Bullshit. The way you were talking made it sound like you were, yeah. Not the way you meant out for that to sound.
そこにいた日々はまさに地獄だった。
Yeah, right. Start questioning. But then you get shit like this. You might be out and you're getting hard done by Marley, but yeah. Great way of thinking and raising your children. Yeah, they're in the wrong.
さぞかし心配させるだろう。
Start questioning.
嘘？何のことだ？
Yep.
先の戦いで通常兵器が巨人兵器を上回る未来が
Oh yeah.
明確に示
They clearly had strong enough weapons to destroy Titans.
エルディア人は
潜在な巨人を管理するタイバー家。
Or Hammer Titan.
一度も巨人の力を敵国に向けたことがない。何より巨人対
祖国マーレが救われるならありがたいことです。俺たち戦士隊もタイバー家と協力して英雄国マーレ復活の礎となりましょう。
1年以内にパラディ島を制圧。
Here we go again.
エルディア人とマーレの運命はこの作戦にかかっ
So listening in, huh?
内容なら問題ないだろう。
ジークの一言がなければ。
この部屋にはいない。
Ah, you let them know.
のか。あの島へ。
Yes, you are. And it's done. Okay. A lot to take in. Like I said, there's stuff here and there that I remembered, but lots of that is like taking it in again. And there was a lot to take in. Yeah. So I don't think they did. Well, it's pretty much a given. Raina and Gabby was in the same house with the family, so they're part of the same family. They all have brown. So I'm pretty sure I remember. I don't know if I didn't read it anywhere or if they have mentioned it in the second episode, but I'm sure Gabby's surname is Brown, even before they showed the whole family thing there. Raina Brown, Gabby Brown. And yeah, Falco. I like Gabby. There's nothing wrong with her. It's like it's got a level of innocence, right? So yeah, but I am more of a supporter of Falco and his way of thinking, and I think he should gain the powers of the Armored Titan. But it'll be interesting to see how he will act with how he is now if he knew the truth, because they don't know the truth. And the way Raina was talking about that island, he made it seem like, yeah, he went through hell. Clearly he was sort of lying there, and his mother was obviously worried. And at the same time, pull Gabby on the right path. Why they brought her up to believe, oh, they are island of devils. They did so much wrong. Yeah. I'm feeling sorry for themselves. They got left behind. They escaped to Paradise Island without us. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yeah. So, Gabby, keep asking, keep poking. You need to know the truth. Yeah. So, that was interesting. Yeah. So, yeah, see, like I told you, like, oh, you read the manga, how do you not know this? But yeah, like I said, I didn't get really far and I'm not going to remember a lot of stuff. So, before I say what I'm going to say now, so it seems they're going to go back to Paradise Island to try and reclaim the Founding Titan again. And they sent quite a few soldiers and ships that way and they never came back. Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, with Eren's Titan and does the Colossal Titan alone be really difficult to stop them, destroy the ships, or just stop them from going back? And all of those soldiers probably got interrogated. But okay, they didn't probably go to the island, they were scouts, but still, they obviously stopped them, found them, and yeah. So, as interesting as this side is, I'm sure it's needed, obviously, to tell the story, obviously, from this side and blah blah blah, but it's a completely different world. But yeah, now that we got that mention again, I can't wait to go back to that side. And we get to see everyone after that time skip again. Because we had the little time skip right after they technically won on Paradise Island and Ryan and them had to flee. There was a little time skip in between that and them reaching the beach. So if I remember correctly, they were killing all the Titans and retaking the walls. And then as they kept expanding and expanding the land they took back, or wiping out all the Titans, they eventually got to the sea. And you could visibly see that everyone was a little bit, slightly older. I can't remember. I need to look this up. I can't remember exactly how much time skip there was, but I knew some time passed from them, from Ryan and them fleeing after they won, after Eren and them won, and then in the meantime, them clearing out all the Titans, retaking the walls, and then ending up at sea, because you could see even with Eren's appearance as well. And then this is, if I remember correctly, 4 years after that. I think they mentioned it here as well. That is, yeah, 4 years after that. So they're gonna be even quite a bit older now, because we could firstly see Reiner, yeah. But that's gonna be interesting to see. And yeah, now that man has to go back to that island again. Yeah, sure. The way he spoke about all the stuff they do, all the stuff they that make them, you know, make them look like devils. Oh yeah, who steal a potato, not share it with my commander. Oh, I forgot why I went to the bathroom. Yeah, they were, and their personalities. Oh, they were all such freaking bunch of devils and evil people. Yeah, Rainer, I know that's what you think, right? I'm sure. Yeah, stop kidding yourself. Stop lying. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, not like Rainer really thrived in that role and enjoyed a friendship or two, maybe. But whatever. Yeah, I think that's as far as I go. Good episode. Can't rate it extremely high, obviously. I mean, I don't want to push a narrative that says episodes without any action is bad, because that's not true. But still, really good episode. Glued to the screen stuff again. Lots of reading and taking in information, and yeah, like plot thickens. 8.5 out of 10. Can't deny it. It's still really, really good. I mean, it 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 has you intrigued and glued to the screen. You can't take your eyes off it. It's still brilliant stuff. Is it going to ramp up and get like WTF and like, well, obviously it's Attack on Titan, but yeah, it's there has to be storytelling and explanation and insight, and yeah. So they did a really good job with that this episode, and yeah, can only, I mean, get better. It's going to get better. It's going to be, last season is going to be great. I mean, even though with the new studio, pretty good. One thing that I'm never entirely a fan of, we'll talk, it's not necessarily to do with, it's not to do with this episode, but yes, Mappa is really good. They've done a good job so far, and they've done a good job with the episode so far. Like, I explained that not a lot of people can do a good job with CGI in anime. Most people, like, do not speak. It's like the three letters you don't mention in anime because it's usually terrible. Demon Slayer does an excellent job with it, and Mappa did a really good job with it the first episode. I mean, the way they did the Titans, it's really not bad, and it's easy on the eye. If you don't pay too much attention to it, you can almost say it's not CGI. It blends in nicely. It's a good job, but I obviously still prefer the normal animation, the way Wit Studio does. I mean, it's Wit Studio. I mean, come on, but still, for it to be normally animated, not CGI. But they did a good job with it. That's the only thing. It's not even a complaint, but that I just could say is like waving from side to side, whether it's good or not bad, but is that's the only thing I think of. They were using CGI. which I'm not a fan of, and which most people are probably not a fan of. But it might grow on me because they're doing a good job with it. It wasn't terrible at all. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to say. So yeah, can't wait for the next episode as usual. It's Attack on Titan. I mean, come on. We love us Attack on Titan. It's the final season. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. If you want to see the full reaction and review and reactions to anime that's not on YouTube, consider joining me on Patreon. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.